This is part 2 of the video. Now I'm going to execute this chat session. I will put in this prompt to say I am looking to sell accounting software to major US consulting organizations. Okay, so my query now goes to the Prospect Finder AI agent, which passed my query to OpenAI chat model, which tries to understand the intention of my query. And now that it understood, it makes a tool call to Firecrawl MCP client. So now Firecrawl MCP client is trying to do a web search to scrape, find scrape data. So the status right now is that, so it's doing multiple search in order to get for prospects, to find prospects. And now that it found the prospects company, it passes the result back to AI agent. AI agent make a tool call to Hunter.io to look for the email address, the contact person email address, and role that can be the prospect that I can contact. And as you can see, because there could be multiple potential prospect, so there's multiple call to Hunter.io. The workflow has been completed. So let's take a look at the results. Okay. This was the input, the chat input that I key in, and this is the output in a JSON format. It returns back a list of prospects. In the system prompt, I mentioned I only want 5 prospects. So it gives me a list of 5 prospects with the columns first name, last name, company, role. And then the next prospect, just a CFO. And this is the email that's returned back from Hunter.io and the rationale. So let's go through other pieces of information just to see what has happened. Okay, chat input. This is what I key in, and if the chat input received, this is the output. So the log here keeps track of the number of tool calls, and finally, after many tool calls to Firecrawl, let's see what's the first input. So Firecrawl did a web search based on this first query, which is what is the West Monroe CFO name. So this query is a Firecrawl search. So as you can see, in my Agentic AI application, I did not specify which API call to call first. I did not specify any API call to be called. So all this, which API call is all decided by the AI agent. For example, like this Firecrawl search. So AI agent, with the help of LLM reasoning, decided that they should first do a web search for this West Monroe CFO. And from Firecrawl MCP server, they did a web search on a West Monroe company website and found that this is the name of the person, Dan Fragment, and he is the chief CFO. Okay. So as you see, this web result returned from Firecrawl is not JSON formatted. Wait, hold on, it's JSON formatted. Okay. And then the next one is the next person, Mike. So what we can see here, the AI agent will make a web search, one name by one name, one prospect by one prospect. And here, from Firecrawl, it doesn't return back. The web search does not have the email address. It only have company name and the role. And based on this information, it returns the list of names found. Okay. Now you see the input to OpenAI LM. It's not just what I key in. What I keyed in is the just a short message here. As a human, this is what I key in. But within the system prompt, because I mentioned this, So what has been sent to the LLM is system prompt plus the human query. Together, this message, input message, went into OpenAI LLM. Okay. And with this list of names and also company name and title returned back from Firecrawl using what tool. So the AI agent is communicating with OpenAI LLM what's the original query with the system prompt and what's all the web search results returned from multiple Firecrawl calls. And it also informs the LLM which tool, which API from Firecrawl was used, which is the Firecrawl web search. Okay. And based on that kind of input to the OpenAI LLM, OpenAI LLM will reason and provide the output. Okay. And then the AI agent, which is here, provides information about from the web search in terms of full name, company name, and decides to and informs the Hunter.io tool or MCP server to use this tool called email finder or API called email finder without even hard coding it into the code. And Hunter.io, based on these three pieces of information, searches the internet and probably its database to look for the email address. Okay. And again, when it comes to Hunter.io, it's name by name, person by person to find the email and the domain. So at first it's looking for the domain. And once the domain is found, it returns back here to OpenAI. OpenAI says, yeah, it's good, we have the domain, but I want the email. So it goes back to Hunter.io again. Still no email from Hunter.io. Let's see. Just the domain, no email. Probably the email is hidden somewhere here. Okay. And finally, with all these web search results returned by Firecrawl and Hunter.io, the AI agent calls another tool, which is the structured output parser, to throw in this bunch of format JSON that is not according to my format, and the output is nicely formatted list, JSON list, in the format that I want. Okay, this is how we observe and check what the AI agent has done. Another way to view it is to look at the execution log. Okay, there was error in the task execution. So let's see. I only want the latest execution, which is on the 7th of April. So the log here allow us to audit what the AI agent has done, how the AI agent and the LM derive the answer. This is a part of AI governance where we are interested in the agent being transparent, and traceability, observability. We can observe how it works. So in the chat as well, this is my input text, and then it returns back to the chat nicely formatted list of prospect in JSON format. It's the same here, we can see it. So with this piece of information, the salesperson who runs this AI agent can use this information to contact potential customers or prospects. Okay, and all this is being done in a matter of, and the whole execution only take 1 minute. For a human sales agent to get this result, it might probably take hours, many hours. All right, that concludes part 2 this video. Thanks for watching.